Well, I'm back. It's been like 10 days of not live streaming. Had so many technical problems and loads of rain that seemed endless. And then I got sick. Food poisoning. How are you, my friends? It's nice to be back. I'm doing this live stream from the river called Svrlish. It's called, hang on a second, it's called Svrlish. Maybe the frogs will help me out. Svrlishki Timok. There we go. So it's the Timok River, and it's coming from a town called Svrlig. Svrlig. I love that name. Today I came to go for a swim in the mineral baths. It's kind of chilly. And I found this path here, path of, I don't know, it's sort of an abandoned path. Could have been something at some time. Beautiful. I don't know what they are. Let's see. As you all know, in the past, I've talked about the iPhone losing its stability when I go to live stream. It is such a pain in the butt. And I can't get any answers except for some hearsay about Apple and Google being at each other's throat. I just don't get it. And the switcher app I was using, I asked them to lower the price and we had a good conversation. They let me, they gave me another, what do you call it, another extension, like a third extension, but it's not getting on YouTube. I don't know why. I'll have to figure it out. I really like that app. It's so good, but it's expensive. And this streaming stuff, when you do it from your computer at home, it's easy. Like it's really easy. You get stuff, you get things, and you turn on your computer and it's all there. But when you go out in the field like I'm doing, look how shaky this is. Um, it's a whole different thing. It's much, much more difficult. In the end, I'm going to I'm going to get one of those YOLO boxes, and it does all the stuff that and much more um, than the switcher app does. But it's like $700. How pretty these flowers are. And of course, it started to rain again. Doesn't matter. It rains every single day. I feel like I'm in some kind of monsoon. Maybe I could put this tripod against my chest, excuse me, to get a smoother. Oh, look at a black butterfly. I've never seen a black butterfly. Look at it. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice. So this road here, it goes out into the farmer's field and then it stops. Let me try to do a bit of a ninja walk so this stays smooth. The thing is, the switcher app, it has one of those things that says stabilized footage. I thought, wow, that's great. That solves my problem of stability on the iPhone. Can you believe it? I mean, here's the iPhone, totally stable. But when you go live on YouTube, it loses the stability. Like, what is up with that? What a pain. Things have all this plants have grown in the cracks of this. I bet you this was a real nice place once to walk. It still is. Just needs a little bit of TLC. Hard to do the ninja walk. One of my colleagues said if you want to do the ninja walk, and that ninja walk is supposed to stabilize your footage. So it, well, it doesn't stabilize it, just makes it so it doesn't record like I'm doing this, like walking, doing. But he said, take a glass of water, fill it up, and then practice walking without spilling the water out of the out of the glass. I haven't tried it, but I will. Thank you, Gabi Bucataro, for that advice. Excellent cinematographer and an amazing grader, color grader. That means he puts the color back in video because video, when you shoot it, it's it's in a form. I'm trying to make it simple. It's in a non-color form, and then when you take it into an app like DaVinci Resolve, which is the best, they do that in they do that for movies, like real movies, and they color grade the footage. It's like printing a print, basically. you know in photography, photographing a picture, and then you, let's say, in raw, and then you start adding the color in. This goes all the way back to the black and white days, where you photograph a black and white, you process it, you print it, and while printing it, that's where the magic happens. You use your hands like this to let the light come on the print, or dodge like this. You know, we have that in Photoshop, burn and dodge, but we used to do it with our hands. Turn on the enlarger and then put your hand over certain parts of the print and they get exposed more, or dodge. You use both hands. I can't do it right now because I'm holding this thing, but you literally like, let's say this was a picture, and okay, let's say I wanted uh, this darker, so I would click on the light, and then I would put my hand basically with the hole over the enlarger, like this, right? Like, like that. And then I'd go burn, 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 burn. And then let's say I wanted this part here to be um, lighter. Okay, so then I would just use, and then we had tools literally on a like coat hanger wire with little cutouts. Um, I'll do a video, a live stream one day with going into uh, uh, a original an original studio, original darkroom, a black and white darkroom. Now that's just fascinating stuff. You know, rare to see it. It's all gone now. People don't do that kind of stuff, except specialists, people who photograph black and white and who make black and white prints and sell them. And collectors buy these prints because a lot of people still, collectors of photography, still believe that black and white is the way it should be. There's Poppy having a good time. She's got three friends here. They live by the restaurant there. They've been dumped off. They're three girls and they play all the time together. Look at how that was made for people to come down and maybe fish or just come down into the water and take a swim. A lot of this part of the world, it needs, like I said, it needs some TLC, tender loving care, to bring it back to what it should be. Nature taking over. You don't maintain it. Nature says, okay, thank you. I'll take it from here. It's getting a little wet. I need to bring umbrellas now. I mean, it's time. Oh, it's interesting how there's detail here, how the light falls, yet when you go back, it all kind of goes brown. This must be shaky as heck. I'm sorry about that. I'm just so glad to come back to live streaming. Got food poisoning, and then some other stuff happened. It was like one after the other. Oh, I can hear fish flying through the river. Yeah, there's fish. There's fish in these parts still. They're edible also. Let me try to do a little steady. It must be so annoying to watch video that's shaky. Once I figure it out about why iPhone is losing stability. I'll let you know. That just it's just so wrong, you know, big companies like that coming up with live streams and that's fantastic. But and then it's shaky. That sucks. This rain sucks too. I mean, I don't mind rain, but come on. Every single day there's rain, pouring rain. Look at all these wonderful colors everywhere. Nature rocks. Let's see how close it can get. Can we get a? Can YouTube do this? That's it. Cool. Beautiful. Phone's getting pretty wet. Let me put my hand over it. There we go. I'm getting thoroughly soaked. Yesterday we had a beautiful sunny day, and I thought, yes. And I don't like to want to be one of those guys who talk about the weather, but this has been really okay. Nature needs to do what it does, but for me as a photographer and I'm a cinematographer, it's like you pull out your camera, especially those video cameras, and they don't take rain too well, and that's it. It's over. You can't shoot. It's really raining hard now. Got my. Let me see if I can keep this steady. I got my galoshes on with shorts. Whoop. It's interesting when you drop this camera or your camera all the way down, and if you go a little too far, YouTube gives you a warning saying this is not balanced out right or something. It just tells you don't do this. So don't panic if you get that. Just bring it back slowly. I remember it happened to me the first time, and I was like, whoop whoop whoop, turn it off, turn it off. Also, I notice people when YouTubers, so they're out there and they're doing the YouTube stuff, and they're so confident, but when they actually do the live streams, they they're like, Are we on? I don't know if we're on." They look very like not sure of themselves, because you never know with this live stream stuff. Are you on? Are you going to talk forever and then nothing's going to happen? That's happened also on the live stream. I've done live streams and it's like, well, where is it? Yeah. Glitch. There's a nice little restaurant at the end of this path. And then the mineral baths are on here. It's basically a snake and frog, a pond with snakes, gentle snakes, nothing, they're not poisonous or anything, and frogs. So snakes and frogs and fantastic mineral water. I mean, if you got problems with joints or you busted something while riding your motorcycle or whatever, this this is the place to go. And they built us. They actually this year they built a, what do you call it? A spa center, a therapy center. So it's not open yet, but the kids love to come here around this time at noontime because they sleep in and then jump in the water and go crazy. But if you want to come and take a you know take a swim, you can't do it more than 20 minutes, the doctors say, because it's really powerful stuff. But if you want to take a swim, you come in the morning and then yeah, you're good for the day. The kids, they stay in the afternoon and they party, and they stay at night and they party, and you could see it in the morning. But that water is magnificent. It's really a treasure. Rare, rare to find that kind of water. It's pretty. It looks pretty rough here. It's not like the nature I usually take you to. Oh, I hope this is not too shaky. So the ninja walk. So when you walk and you get this versus, let me try to do the ninja walk. It's a good workout. Just rather stop focusing on one place, put it on a tripod, and then move the tripod smoothly this way, that way, up, down. There's something to be said about the tripod. Yeah, looks pretty rough. Not pretty. Not pretty at all. But those trees are wow. Tripping over grass. What is that thing? Right now I'm in just outside of a town called Kняжеваc. Kняжеваc. It's like they call it the little Venice of this country I'm in right now called Serbia. And it ain't Venice, but it's it's pretty and nice people. Puppy, what'd you find there? Huh? Careful. Careful. Hmm. Oh, looks like it's frogs. These are those stairs we were looking at on the other side. This actually makes a good picture. Let me try. See what we could do with a little bit of photography. I'll put it in front of you. Yeah, that's okay. See that? Opa. There we go. Shooting in the raw mode so I can get the best quality. It's tricky to photograph while videotaping. I see the TikTokers do that all the time. I'm not into it at all. You need, it's trendy, yes, but you need to grab the camera with both hands and a little closer to that restaurant. This is the back of the spa I was telling you about. I guess the only way to fix the problem with losing the stabilization is I guess get one of those DJI gimbals and just throw the iPhone on the gimbal and the problem solved. What a pain. Because those gimbals, they're okay, but a lot of times they'll just start doing wonky things. I got a gimbal last month, very expensive gimbal made in Italy, a Manfrotto, and they are tricky to work with. They really are. But I got it all down. I'll show it to you in one of the live streams where I put a camera strap from the top of a from a top of a what do you call it, monopod, and I double tied it so it's balanced out on my shoulder because that stuff can hurt your back. All in the name of smoothness and certain shots. What I do miss, what I do miss in, ooh, look at that, that's gross. I wonder if anything comes out of that. See that? Come on, puppy. Oh, that's dead, thank God. One of those pipes. Or maybe it's a pipe for overflow when the place floods. Anyway, what I do miss on this app, this is just the YouTube app compared to the Switcher Studio app, is the Switcher Studio app, I could bring up stuff here and say, oh yeah, and last week I took this picture, and the thing just pops up here, boink. Or, oh, I shot this video a little while ago, and you know, you talk about whatever you did, and you can load it up, and then boink, you just play it here. That's fantastic. Here on this app now, I can only tell you about it, which is pretty good too. It's like storytelling. I mean, all the great pictures we take. And imagine if I said, well, I don't want to see the picture. I want you to describe it. There's a challenge. Wow. Kind of planning with the doggy. Closer to the restaurant. Oh, when you work with these live things and you got to do stuff like pull up your pants, for example, like I'm doing now, you really need a third hand to do this kind of stuff. Wow. What are those red flowers? Let's follow them here. Try to get a try to get a close up of these things. They it looks like lips. Red is a killer for video. Has always been and always will. This one's coming through okay. I love raindrops on it. Can we get closer? Oh, look at that. Bravo, Apple. And these Apple phones for macro work are just the boss. Closer. Nice. Let's look at this one. Wow, nature as art, huh? Here's a nice. Whoever shoots, photographers that shoot macro, one piece of advice I could give you is just enjoy it. I mean, macro photography, close up photography, basically, it, you could just have a field day because whatever turns you on, you know, that's uh, that's the answer. We'll leave it here because the rain is getting a little harsh. And I want to thank you for dropping by. And I want to thank you also for watching the replays. So have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.